Welcome to Lines on Design. I am here today at the beautiful Greenery with Janet Feeney, and we're going to be talking about something that's a little different than plants. And you were awesome when I walked in because it was like, okay, it's the middle of summer, it's yucky out, right? It's dry. What do? You've got some great new things.
Yes, we have some color that doesn't need water. It'll just be beautiful every day. It doesn't mind the heat. It won't melt. And it's beautiful art glass.
You know what? I had never seen it. I mean, you just got this in, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about it because I think it's absolutely brilliant. And as you walked me through, I was like, oh my gosh. All right, where should we I don't know where to start because I get excited about this.
Well, we can just start here.
Okay.
It's handmade glass that's very individual, according to the artist. Some are solar powered.
Okay, now what does that mean?
That means they've got a little light collector on them and a little tiny bulb inside so that when it's dark, it'll automatically switch over and glow in your gardens. So it's color at night too. Not a bright light, just a little glow.
All right, I have a question for you, designer. Since she's the designer at the Greenery, do I get something that contrasts with what I have? Do I get something that blends? What would you do?
What you can do either. I chose glass grasses. Leah and I actually worked on this because the movement of the grass is very pretty with the kind of swirl and design of some of the pieces. So that was our thinking. The company thought that it should be just kind of as if it was growing there out of the garden. So these are called garden blooms over here.
Yeah, I want to see these. These are pretty. I'm in my blue phase.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I was in my purple phase, but...
Well, they're designed so that they can be just coming up out of the plants, either in the ground, as in these large ones, or there are some smaller ones that could just go in a pot.
How do they sit? Do you put them in the ground, or do they just sit? Or
there's a stake down with a pronged foot, just like all of our garden stakes.
Okay.
And then the glass pieces just sit on top of a spike that comes up. So it's very well made, easy to install.
I want to see the bird bath. That's what these are. Each one is so unique, so different. There's something for everyone. How's the price point on all these? Just generally,
they're just
decent?
around $100 or so. Some of these are less.
These I think I looked were like
very reasonable for the kind of unique color.
Exactly. All right, where would you put these? In the bird bath department?
Yes. Well, this is one of my favorites. The light just really plays off it, so I would have it in a nice place where the sun can shine.
I think that was a pretty one
too.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, it really is pretty.
And the shapes are so interesting, you guys. I don't know about you, but it makes me feel happy.
Yes.
To be here. Does it the same
with
you?
Oh, yes. We call it the Greenery magic.
Really?
Yes, it's a true phrase that we have.
And I'll tell you what, we've talked to Amy, we talked to Lisa, we talked to Lee, we talked to the whole cast of characters, and you sort of get hooked when you work here, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. I love it.
How long have you been here?
I've been here. This is my 5th year.
Is it really?
Yes.
Kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, so she can definitely handle it.
Yes. When a child comes in, I do love it. If they're enthralled with something, I'll kind of speak to them about it. But it is fun to see children interact with nature, and I have not lost that. But I love grown-ups in here. Sometimes people who are sad come in, and they've been through hard times, and all of us will tell them, just come in and enjoy the piece.
I think what's interesting to me is when I do come, the way that you all... You're professional. They're professionals, what I'm really trying to say. And I usually come in, frankly, with a blank slate. And when I leave, I have an inspiration and something that I can take home and use. And in 3 months, come back and say, I didn't kill it.
That's perfect.
I know, isn't it?
We want success.
It really is. My initial thought was a couple of these would be awesome. But as I looked at the way you've integrated them throughout this area, you really could use tons of them.
Oh yeah, it just depends.
I didn't see these.
These are my favorites.
Look at these, you guys.
If you are a mushroom person, and there are mushroom people out there,
yes.
this little solar catches the light, and then there's a little light bulb up in here. So
Do
that
these-
ought to have a nice little glow.
Do these live together? I mean, do I buy them as a set?
Yep, that's a set. And they're actually two separate pieces. You've got to stick them in together. But the glass is nice and heavy. They're well constructed, easy to use, and we've sold several of those already.
you
I think
really?
people love the whimsy of mushrooms.
I'm
yeah.
just trying to figure out which should I get. Oh, look, now these are those the pieces too? Look
These
at
are some also. Now, these come in other colors as well, but these would be great in a pot. And actually, for me, I just love the color of that. They're not solar. They're just as is, but they're just pretty. They add a little sparkle.
These are
$15 a piece. Just
$15?
very cheap color. Yes.
Oh, see, oh my gosh. Actually, I'm looking around and they're kind of everywhere.
There's some more. Yes, they are everywhere.
More mushrooms. I just think they're adorable. The flowers. Did we talk about those?
The garden flowers.
Look at
yes,
these.
you could just have them in amongst your other plants, just popping out as a surprise.
Not that I'm shopping for myself, but
I think she is.
You know I am. I mean, that's it for sure. I mean, it looks great. During this time of year, it's you know, it's well into summer, and we've had a dry one. Although today, we might be getting some blessed rain here, which we're excited about.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for people? Is it just water, 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 or just
That's
be
all
patient?
you can do. You need patience as well. People come in very frustrated because, you know, it seems like they can't do anything right. They feel it that way. Patience and just watering your plants at the roots and letting them drain well, and we'll be through it soon. Get some nice heat-hardy plants like flowering vinca and pentas and lantana. Those are our standbys.
Is it normal during the course of the day? In the morning when I walk out, they're really pretty. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they look like they are abused puppies. Is that?
Well, they feel like we do if we're outside. And the best thing to do is to water in the morning if your plants need them. Because that gets them hydrated and ready to handle the heat of the day. Occasionally, a bed or a pot may need water later on in the afternoon, but the best thing is just to water them in the morning and let them go to bed with dry feet at night.
See, I love that. One of the things that we were talking about when we first started, before we even got into this, is you all were thinking about using these glass pieces to decoratively line a path.
Yes, you could do that. And that's what we're trying to do here with a mix. But yeah, you can use them in any way you'd like in the yard, really. They're beautiful color. And like I said, they don't mind the heat.
Exactly.
And anyone who has the glass hummingbird feeders, which we've had, the colorful glass hummingbird feeders, it kind of integrates together. They're hanging for the hummingbirds. These colors kind of go together, I've noticed.
I mean, it is amazing. I know we're going to have to run here in just a second, but the last thing that you want to show us, and they're in another place, I think we're going to get some B-roll of that, is we'll walk out and take a look at those. What are they?
Fountains.
Oh,
beautiful glass fountains. Oh, they're gorgeous.
I'll tell you what, just walking over here, seeing all the things, you pointed out a couple of the vinca vines. Everything looks really good and hardy.
Yes. We've got to have those heat-tolerant plants, and we do have some in the yard right now.
And now, you know, as we slipped by and saw some of the hummingbird feeders, I can see the glass is gorgeous.
Yes.
And I think I'm in love.
Yes, this is a treat. The colors are all slightly different. This is our new fountain from the same glass line, and each of these little dishes is separate.
So what is the water recycles, or how does this work?
There's a pump down underneath the glass piece here, and the tube runs up inconspicuously and then just draws that water.
Okay, question for you. Look at what I just did. I'm like, oh, I feel nice and cool now as I stick my entire skirt in the fountain. I love it. It feels pretty good, actually. But if I purchase this and want to know where to put it, can you come out and help me actually
install it?
Yes,
we do that all the time.
It.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. As always, we can come and help and give some, consultation and install and etc. Yes.
Now I know we have bird baths, but I can imagine that the birds would frolic in this too.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, these are not too deep. The water's not running too quickly. I thought they were wonderful. We always have just really nice fountains here, but this is just beautiful. I love it.
And we talk about design. Design can be inside, it can be outside, but there's something about the sound of water and again that color. It's just it is almost mesmerizing and definitely
very peaceful.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It really is.
This would be beautiful on a little courtyard or screened-in porch, I think.
It's gorgeous. And I know you've got another one over there we'll go take a look at too.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much to see, so little time. Again, this is Lynes on Design. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we want to thank you, Miss Janet, for spending your morning with us and showing us these great things. Get in, they're going to go fast.
Yes.
I only want 2. Maybe 3.
You can have them.
Yeah, there you go. Stay with us. We'll be right back on Lynes on Design.